Hey guys, my name is Idana. Welcome back to my channel. So this is actually the part 3 of the series, now the Forex Beginner series. I hope you guys have learned something new from the support and resistance videos and how to set up your charts. This is the next step forward. These videos are just going to go into a step-by-step list of how you can trade like me and how I trade myself and how I became profitable as a trader. What I learned and just little tips I could give you guys. I'm going to have a lot of small videos and a lot of big explanation videos for this channel just so you guys can understand it a lot more about how to trade. So in this video I'm going to be identifying trend lines and how to see them. So now let's head over to the charts. Hey guys, so now that we've headed over to the computer, I want to show you guys what I meant by trend lines and how you can actually spot them on the markets. So at the beginning you will come over to like a chart like this, and sometimes you can see support and resistance, but there's times when the markets are actually going in an upwards momentum or a downwards momentum, and support and resistance isn't as useful in that case. Then you gotta start to rely on trend lines and trading with them because they're actually really useful and they're really respected in the markets. And it's kind of crazy to see because it looks kind of like a video game how it's bouncing off. So you know how I said support and resistance are like how I showed you, it's like a floor and ceiling? Now imagine that in an upwards or a downwards trend. So from here I already see an upwards momentum and I want to be able to draw the trend line. So what I do is I go from where the beginning of the upwards momentum, so right here, it was blocking it as a support and kept bouncing off of it and rejecting it and then started heading upwards. So I use that as the bottom of the trend line and I extend to the touches it actually had throughout the charts, throughout the upwards momentum. I can make it a little nicer. Some people like to perfect theirs. It doesn't really matter to me as long as I know what I'm looking at. Not only that, we have the support right here basically as the bottom trend line. We also have the uptrend trend line at the top of the chart too. So what do we see here? We see how it's respecting these lines and constantly bouncing within these two lines, as you can see, and then breaks out. So what I want to show you guys is this is something you can actually enter with your trades. This is the second part to learning about the support and resistance. After support and resistance, I wanted to be able to show you guys this after, because you can use support and resistance to actually enter trades off this strategy, because this strategy is actually very useful and I use it in my main strategy. It is a big component to my strategy. So at the beginning of an upward trend, if you already have it played out where you can already see where you could already see this line like this, pretend it's only been up to here. Let me just show you how you guys could enter these trades. As you can see, bounced off twice right here. And what I would be looking for is actually for it after this bounce, after the second rejection, because a support and a resistance or a trend lines are not respected if it's only one touch. So you want at least 2 or more touches. So what it did here is it respected it, bounced off this line. Then I can draw out this white line already. What I'm waiting for is for it to come right back up and retouch this line. Whenever you guys draw trend lines, this is a tip from me and a lot of other traders in the markets. Draw out your lines all the way, even if it's not finished yet. Even if you don't think it's gonna touch, it has a possibility of touching, and that can be a trade entry. So as you can see, it rejected this line and started coming right back up. So after you extend the line, you're gonna wait for it to retouch the line again, so you could re-enter on a sell. Or if it's the other way around, like over here, you would be able to enter a buy right here. So what you can actually do, this is called scalloping, and I know a lot of people that trade like this. This is a way you can trade throughout the day if you want to be a day trader, constantly on your computer look at the charts and trading. This is how you can also do it. They use a lot of trend lines. What you can do here is you could enter a sell right here, and the second you see that it starts to reverse at this line right here, this line right here, you can close that position and enter another buy. So what you can do is you can enter the sell right here, Just gonna move this up, close that position, and then enter the buy. So that's another way you can use this as a strategy. This is a very powerful technique. Trend lines are very powerful because they get respected a lot in the markets, but that's not why I brought it to you guys. I wanted to show you guys because you can use it in your strategy, not only trading this solo way, but putting it into your strategy so you could be more confident on your trades, especially because you can see a lot of different things happening at once. It's going to be very important for you to be able to identify when a market is going in an upwards trend or a downwards trend. So now let me show you another way that you could enter, and the way I enter my trades actually. So what I do is I wait for it to always break out. After the trend line, after this trend line, I'm going to wait for the momentum and the push outwards. As you can see, the candles here are increasing. I will be teaching this in a later video. It's called price action. If you do not know what price action is, either wait for me to upload my video or just go on YouTube and search up how to see price action. Here you can see that the market started to come out of the line very, very powerfully, and every single candle started to increase. This means it's a very powerful push, but that doesn't mean I'm going to enter just on those lines. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wait for an entry. Now, if this is all I can see, this big push, and I can't see what's happening on this right, what am I going to look at? I'm going to look at the lowest low it has formed previously, such as this. This is a low it has formed previously. As you can see, here's a high, here's a low, and here's another high before reverting to the downwards momentum. So what I can do is I can use this as an entry point. What I would do is you would look at where the bars close. A bar closes when the rectangle closes, not the wick. A wick means it has gone that far within the 1 hour, or this is the daily chart. It has gone within that 1 day all the way down to there, but closed at the end of the day with over here. But I'm going to make more videos about it, obviously. But for now, this is where this is what I'm looking at. What I'm going to do here is actually take out a line, and I like to use the horizontal rays, and I will just click it right over here, right at the close, right here. Now, what does this do? This creates a new resistance level. As I showed you before, this can be looked at as a support level. This can be looked at as a support level, right? Now, what happens when you break through a support? It turns into a ceiling. What happened here? It broke out, formed a new low, and pushed right back up to retouch that old resistance. I mean that old support, and turned into a new resistance. Right here, I'm just gonna draw out with a text, new resistance. Okay, perfect. So this can be looked at as a new resistance now. I'm just gonna make it a little nicer. This could be looked at as a new resistance. Now what happened here? I would have entered my trade on this dot right here. I would have entered right there, or I would wait for this confirmation candle to push out. After this closes, I would probably enter after that. That is up to you whenever you enter your trades. There's never anyone perfect at entering trades. You enter whenever you feel comfortable, and the more you do, the better you're gonna be. So I would have entered my sell right over here, my new sell right over here. Then there you go. That would have been straight profits without any hesitation. Beautiful. Straight to the downwards momentum. So that's something I want to show you guys, and the way I use my trend lines and how to spot it in a market. I hope you guys learned something new. Now I'm going to head back over to the camera to just end the video. Welcome back. So now that we're back to the camera, I want to show you guys a little example from something I actually drew up that might actually help you guys, that you guys can draw in your notebooks or whatever you guys are taking notes in. This is something I drew up as an example of the trend lines I was talking about. As you can see, there's the trend lines, and then you can see the break and retest of the new resistance. I would really highly suggest that you guys, if you guys are beginners and you guys just learned this for the first time, I would really suggest drawing it out in in your notebooks or something, or even on your charts, if you can go right now and go draw up some charts with trend lines. It might be a little difficult. It was really difficult for me at the beginning, but over time you're going to start to be able to see it, and it'll be way easier to identify on the charts than maybe what it is now. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something new. Please comment down below if you guys have any suggestions, or if you guys want me to do a video about something different too, or something I missed out on. Please let me know down in the comments below. Like the videos because that supports me and gives me motivation to keep making these videos for you all. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace out.